Imagine your child's nervous system is like a phone trying to run 50 apps at once, all with notifications blaring. That instant feeling of being overloaded, that's what we're talking about today. Because honestly, it feels like the world itself is constantly hitting all notifications on mode. Seriously, the sheer volume of input is exhausting. Our bodies process sensory information through different pathways. And when too many signals come in too fast, like a loud playground mixed with bright flashing lights, the system essentially hits a circuit breaker. This isn't stubbornness, it's a biological shutdown, a genuine alarm bell going off in the brain. Oh wow, shocking, right? Because of course it is.
Think of it like a very fancy, very sensitive circuit board. If you plug too many high-voltage inputs into one point, the system forces a temporary power down to prevent a total failure. Understanding that difference between having a tantrum and system overload is the first massive step toward helping them. It's the difference between a behavioral choice and a biological necessity. Honestly, the difference is massive, and we should probably all be paying more attention to this.
When the fight or flight response kicks in due to sensory bombardment, and trust me, it's a shocking experience, the prefrontal cortex, which handles logic and emotional regulation, effectively goes offline. This means complex problem-solving skills, like asking why, are the first things to drop. It's like the brain just hits the emergency eject button on critical thinking, leaving you operating on the level of a highly caffeinated squirrel. Consider a simple trip to the grocery store during peak hours. The fluorescent lights buzz, the carts rattle, and the announcements blare at sensory overload on an industrial scale. Seriously, it's a masterclass in chaos. It's almost guaranteed to tip even a well-adjusted child into a state of dysregulation. Oh wow, shocking. We've built these environments to be maximally stressful, and we wonder why people are stressed. The irony is truly breathtaking. And this links directly to the concept of masking, where children learn to appear fine in public settings, even when they are internally screaming for a quiet corner. This masking takes incredible emotional energy and contributes to burnout later on, so please, for the love of sanity, be gentle with them. When the meltdown hits, and trust me, it hits like a rogue freight train. The kind that hasn't seen a track in decades, the absolute worst thing you can do is try to reason or lecture them about big feelings. Oh, please. Instead, you must drop everything, because the structural integrity of your sanity is at stake, and validate the underlying need, perhaps by saying, I see you are feeling completely overwhelmed right now. It's shockingly simple, isn't it? Like remembering where you left your keys, only with significantly higher emotional stakes. Next, initiate a sensory reset together. This means moving them to a calm zone immediately. Whether that's a weighted blanket because apparently gravity needs help, or just a darkened room with slow, predictable music, we need to bring that arousal level down quickly. Seriously, we need to hit the emergency brake on the nervous system pronto. It's like rebooting a laptop that just got hit by a toddler with a permanent marker. And finally, deep pressure input is your best friend during these moments. Deep humming, firm hugs, or even pushing against a wall can provide proprioceptive input that helps organize the nervous system. It's the physical equivalent of hitting the reset button on an overheated CPU. And honestly, who needs a software update when you have a really good bear hug? Because of course, that's how it works. We're basically human circuit boards, and sometimes we just need a good squeeze to get the signal through. Prevention, folks, means proactively structuring the environment to meet their needs before the meltdown happens. We're talking about preloading sensory breaks into your day's routine, treating them like scheduled maintenance, not some last-minute emergency repair job. Seriously, schedule it in, because apparently, spontaneity is a myth. Oh wow, shocking. We now treat human beings like complex, poorly maintained machines that require mandatory scheduled downtime. And listen, be aware of triggers like transitions. Moving from a fun, high-octane activity straight to bedtime, for instance. These abrupt shifts are massive energy vacuums for a child. You need to build in clear, 5-minute warning rituals for every single transition. Don't just assume they'll magically transition, okay? Because apparently the concept of smooth transition is a mythical unicorn that only exists in parenting self-help books. Also, you need to structure input diets for the day. Make sure the day has a mix of heavy, calming activities alongside the exciting ones. If it's a loud party, you need an equal amount of quiet book time scheduled in, like mandated downtime. It's like nutritional planning, but for a human being. Wild, right? We're basically managing their emotional caloric intake, which is just peak modern parenting, I guess. Okay, real talk, if you're still here, you clearly have excellent taste. Genuinely, hit subscribe. We do this every week. You're welcome. Anyway, the clown car continues. See you next week.
So, when seeking professional help, and this is crucial, because frankly, we can't just wing it. Understanding the child's specific sensory profile is absolutely vital. Are they over-responsive to sound, or perhaps under-responsive to movement? It's not one size fits all. And let's be clear, a diagnosis is just a starting map, not the final perfect destination. Oh wow, shocking, right? Like we didn't already know that kids are complicated. But here we are, treating it like we're discovering the wheel.
If a child is highly sensitive to texture, for example, and this is a very specific, very real thing, it means the feel of itchy clothing or sticky residue on their skin can trigger a disproportionate reaction. We need to build texture-safe wardrobes, removing those problematic fabrics entirely. It's like curating a museum exhibit, but for clothes. Wild. Honestly, we're basically becoming highly paid, fashion disaster-preventing textile sommeliers. The sheer level of specificity is breathtaking. Conversely, if a child is seeking deep input, and here's where it gets intense, is sometimes they are just seeking more of something predictable and heavy, like swinging really hard or pushing against furniture. These intense physical needs must be acknowledged and met constructively. Because, let's face it, sometimes normal is just a suggestion, isn't it? We're all just elaborate, highly tuned sensory machines, apparently. Meltdowns at their core are often a sign of dysregulated neurotransmitters, especially serotonin and dopamine. When these chemicals are thrown into chaos by external stress, the child's ability to self-soothe drastically decreases. It's like their internal chemical thermostat just decided to take a vacation, leaving them utterly unprepared for the slightest bit of real-world chaos. Seriously, their brain chemistry is running on a faulty artisanal coffee blend. This means that diet and gut health play a much larger role than we traditionally believe. Foods that cause gut inflammation can directly impact the availability of these key signaling molecules, making the child more fragile day to day. Seriously, the stuff we eat is literally messing with their brain chemistry. It's a whole gut-brain axis drama, and we are the unwitting cast members, serving up the props.
Don't just react when the meltdown hits. No, don't just react. Instead, investigate the preceding 24 hours. Was there a major change in sleep schedule? Was there unusual exposure to chemical smells like paint or cleaners? These small details, these microscopic details, are your most powerful diagnostic tools. Seriously, the answer is probably in the forgotten cup of coffee or the suspiciously scented cleaning spray, because apparently everything is a chemical experiment.
Look, let's get one thing straight. This is never a failing. It's a communication breakdown, and frankly, it's happening through a medium that is both incredibly loud and, yes, sometimes genuinely frightening. So stop beating yourself up. You're not failing. You're basically learning a complex, nonverbal language that is unique to your child's entire nervous system. Oh wow, shocking. It's less failing and more performing a highly dramatic, unscheduled opera in the living room. But seriously, you're just learning a language, which means you're basically a highly paid, unpaid, 24/7 emotional translator. And yes, that is exhausting.
And here's the real kicker. You have to empower yourself first. Because, let's be real, the goal of parenting isn't some mythical quest to just stop the meltdowns. It's actually about equipping both of you with the language and the tools to ride out this absolute circus together safely. Seriously, self-regulation starts with understanding your own triggers. Don't skip this step, or you'll just be adding to the chaos. Because if you don't understand your own triggers, you're just going to be a highly reactive participant in the circus. And frankly, we've seen better emotional control from a startled squirrel.
If this deep dive helped you understand the science behind the struggles, and I know it was a lot, please hit that like button and subscribe. Seriously, it helps us bring more compassionate, evidence-based guidance to the community. Join our community for more guidance. We'll see you next time. Anyway, the circus continues. See you next week.